Hello students, welcome to AIMS Today YouTube channel. So here we are going with AIMS India live sessions. We are discussing about chemistry subject. From that, today we are going to discuss about redox reactions. This is one of the part from the chemical reactions and equation chapter, that is redox reactions. Already in chemical reactions and equation chapter, we have discussed different types of chemical reactions. They are combination reactions, decomposition reactions, simple displacement or displacement reactions, and what is the fourth one? Yes, double displacement reactions or double decomposition reactions. About these four we have discussed already in the previous session. Now we are going to see about one more special kind of types of reaction, that is redox reactions. So let us see here what does it mean. A redox reaction is a type of chemical reaction that involves a transfer of electrons between two species. It means, so the chemical reaction in which the electron transfer takes place between two species, those might be either atoms or ions or molecules. If transfer of electrons taking place between two species, then the reaction undergoing there between those two is said to be redox reaction. What does it mean? Redox reaction means the chemical reaction, it is a special type of chemical reaction in which the transfer of electrons is taking place between two species. Here that species might be either an atom or a molecule, or it might be an ion also. If transfer of electrons is taking place, then that reaction is going on there is called redox reaction. Okay. Redox reactions are everywhere. Not only the reactions which we are conducting in the laboratory, not only those. In our daily life also, we'll be coming across with so many types of redox reactions. Our body uses redox reactions to convert food and oxygen to energy plus water and carbon dioxide, which we then exhale. Isn't it? So what do we take? We take food and we breathe oxygen as by the inhalation. So these two will undergo some chemical reactions where oxidation or reduction occurs. So by this process occurring there, this energy and water and carbon dioxide, these will be evolved from the food by these redox reactions occurring there. So this is happening in our human body also. The batteries in our electronics, yes, the batteries which we are using, most of the electronic lithium ion batteries we say, there also electrons transfer occurs between two chemical substances, hence there also you can say redox reactions are occurring. Yes, we are able to utilize various types of fuels because of oxidation. You know, we are using many kinds of fuels. Can you say some examples for the fuels? Yes. Yeah, some petrol, diesel, kerosene, some wood. These all we are using as fuels. So these fuels, when burnt in the presence of oxygen, there between the oxygen and these fuel particles, there some reactions occurs. Those reactions occurring there are redox reactions. By these redox reactions only, they are producing energy, which we are using for the mechanical works. Oxidation and reduction reactions in terms of oxygen and hydrogen. Yes, actually, we told the redox reactions. These redox reactions are the reactions which involve the oxidation and reduction. So, this oxidation and reduction can be defined in different ways. One of them is the differentiation or the definition of the redox and redox reactions or oxidation and reduction reactions in terms of oxygen and hydrogen. There are some other ways also for explaining these oxidation and reduction reactions. One of them is in terms of oxygens or in terms of hydrogens. One more is there, the explanation of redox reactions in terms of electrons also. Just now I told the chemical reactions in which the transfer of electrons taking place between two species, those reactions are called redox reactions. So there we are explaining these oxidation reduction reactions or redox reactions in terms of electrons. One more way is for expression of these redox reactions, that is in terms of oxidation number. So those we are going to see now. First let us see the explanation or expression of oxidation reduction reactions or redox reactions in terms of oxygen and hydrogen. First among them, let us see what is meant by oxidation. We are telling the redox reactions are expressed in terms of oxidation and reduction, or they are expressed in terms of oxygens and hydrogens. First of all, what is meant by this oxidation? What is meant by this oxidation? Let us see. The oxidation is defined as the addition of oxygen to a substance. What does it mean? The addition of oxygen to a substance is known as oxidation. In a chemical reaction, suppose for a certain substance, if oxygen is added, then we can say that substance is undergone oxidation. Oxidation reaction occurred. What we can say? So, the oxidation can be defined in terms of oxygens as the addition of oxygen to a substance is known as oxidation. The same oxidation also can be defined in terms of hydrogens also. Let us see that here. The removal of hydrogen from a substance is called oxidation. Yes, in terms of oxygens, what we told, the addition of oxygen is called oxidation. If we say in terms of hydrogen, the removal of hydrogens is called as oxidation. So oxidation can be defined in two different ways, in terms of oxygen and in terms of hydrogens also. If you say in terms of oxygens, the addition of oxygens to a substance is called oxidation. If you say in terms of hydrogen, the removal of hydrogen from a compound or from a substance is called oxidation of that substance. In the same way, we can define the reduction also in terms of oxygen and hydrogen. Let us see those here. Reduction means the addition of hydrogen to a substance. So in terms of hydrogen, if we express this reduction, it can be defined as the addition of hydrogen to a substance is called as reduction. The removal of oxygen from a substance is also called reduction. The removal of oxygen or the addition of hydrogen is defined as reduction. So here we told the oxidation and reduction means. Oxidation means addition of oxygen and the removal of oxygen is reduction. And in terms of hydrogen, if you say removal of hydrogen is oxidation, addition of hydrogen is reduction. In a reaction, if these two are occurring simultaneously, oxidation and reduction, then those reactions are said to be redox reactions. Those reactions in which oxidation and reduction are occurring simultaneously are known as redox reactions. So in order to convert a free element into an ion, the atom must gain or lose electrons. This we know already. If suppose an element or atom, if it is converting into an ion, what does it mean ion? Ion means the charged particles. When an ion or charged particle can be formed when an element either by gaining electrons or by losing electrons, it can form a charged particle which we call as ion. So by the loss or gain of electrons only, elements they can form ions. Of course, if one atom is losing electrons, another must accept them. We know while explaining about ionic bond, we say some elements lose electrons and some other elements they will gain electrons. So if we are telling as one element is losing electrons, it cannot lose electrons itself until and unless some other element is ready to take these electrons. So in the same way, if you say about other element, some element they will gain electrons. How they will gain? These electrons are not available outside. Those elements will gain electrons whenever the some other element is ready to give those. So this gaining and losing both should occur simultaneously, will be occurring. So then only the transfer of electrons occurs. Hence, those we say those redox reaction is occurring there. Reaction where electrons are transferred from one atom to another atom are redox reactions. Yes. So by the transfer of electrons, redox reactions occurs. Atoms that lose electrons are being oxidized. The atoms that gain electrons are being reduced. So we are telling some element they lose electrons. By the loss of electron, they will become positive ions. They will get a positive charge. So the loss of electrons is called oxidation. The increase in the positive charge is called oxidation. In other way, the gain of electrons is reduction, or the increase of negative charge is known as reduction. If you observe this equation, as we told, in ionic reactions, redox reaction, ionic reactions are redox reactions, we can say simply. Because in ionic reactions only, this transfer of electrons occurs. One element will lose electrons, other element will gain those electrons. These two will occur simultaneously. Hence, these ionic reactions we can say also as redox reactions. Here one example we have given, see, sodium plus chlorine gives sodium chloride. Here, sodium losing one electron and forming Na plus ion means sodium getting positive charge. This loss of electrons is called oxidation, or getting increase in the positive charge is also called as oxidation. On the other hand, chlorine gaining one electron and becoming Cl minus ion. So this gaining of electrons is called reduction, or decrease in the positive charge is called as reduction. So gaining of electrons is reduction, loss of electrons is oxidation. This is in terms of electrons. So we told here, okay, let us see what is an oxidizing agent and reducing agent. The reactant that reduces an element in other reactant is called the reducing agent. So the chemical substance which is helping for the reduction of other substances is known as reducing agent. So the reducing agent contains the element that is oxidized. For example, to understand very clearly, we can take the example sodium chloride formation from the sodium and chlorine once again. We say sodium losing electron and chlorine gaining electron. So here the loss of electrons we are telling as oxidation, gain of electrons is we are calling as reduction. Chlorine is gaining electrons, hence reduced. Sodium, what it is doing here, it is giving an electron to chlorine so that it is helping for the reduction of chlorine. So sodium is a helper of reduction, that we can say reducing helper or reducing agent. I think you got the point here. If you all let us see once again, sodium and chlorine combining, sodium losing one electron and chlorine gaining that electron. So chlorine by gaining electron, it is reduced. What is the sodium doing here? It is giving one electron to chlorine and hence it is helping for the reduction of chlorine. So sodium is now here helper of reduction, reduction helper, which is also had reducing agent, reducing helper or reducing agent. At the same time, sodium is giving one electron, means sodium losing one electron. Loss of electrons, what we told, oxidation. So sodium is getting oxidation and it is helping for the reduction of others. So the substance which is getting oxidation is also reducing agent. So agent and reaction occurring, both are quite opposite. If one is getting oxidation, that acts as reducing agent. Is it clear? Next one, the reactant that oxidizes an element in other reactant is called oxidizing agent. The oxidizing agent contains the element that is reduced. Yes. The oxidizing agent contains the element that is reduced. Let us take once again the same example. Sodium chlorine combination. Sodium giving one electron, chlorine taking an electron. So what is doing here chlorine? Chlorine is taking an electron from sodium. By that sodium is getting oxidation. So chlorine here helping sodium in reduction. Sodium is getting oxidation. Sodium is getting oxidation. Chlorine is helping for that oxidation by taking one electron from it. So we can say chlorine as helper of oxidation or oxidizing helper, oxidizing agent. So chlorine is oxidizing agent. At the same time, by gaining of electron, chlorine is reduced. So the substance which is getting reduction is oxidizing agent. The substance which is getting oxidation is reducing agent. So in this way, we can explain about reducing agent and oxidizing agent. The substance which is oxidized in a reaction is called as reducing agent. The substance which is reduced in a reaction is known as oxidizing agent. These oxidizing agents are also called oxidants. The reducing agents are also called as reductants. So oxidizing agents are oxidants. Reducing agents are reductants. Here we see one example. When copper oxide is heated with hydrogen, then copper metal and water are formed. See the reaction between copper oxide and hydrogen to form copper and water. If you observe this in terms of hydrogens and oxygens, what is happening? Initially copper is in combination with oxygen. See, after reaction, it lost oxygen. There are no oxygens with copper after the reaction. So what is happening? Initially copper is in combination of oxygens in form of copper oxide. Finally copper lost oxygens and finally it remained as pure copper. So what happened, we can say in terms of copper oxide, it lost oxygens. We said that the loss of oxygens as reduction. So copper oxide is reduced, we can say. Copper oxide is reduced. If we see hydrogen, initially hydrogen in the pure elemental form, there are no oxygens with that. After the reaction if we observe here, hydrogen gained oxygens to form water. So what we can say, hydrogen gained oxygens in this reaction. The gain of electrons we are telling as oxidation. So we can say hydrogen is oxidized. Hydrogen is oxidized. Copper oxide is reduced. This way, we can explain the redox reactions in terms of oxidation and reduction in terms of oxygen. So in this reaction, copper oxide is changing to copper. So copper oxide is reduced to copper. Hydrogen is changing into water, means the H2O. So hydrogen is being oxidized to water. Now, in terms of agents, if you say copper oxide is giving this oxygen to hydrogen, what we can say, this copper oxide is helping in the oxidation of hydrogen. What we can say is copper oxide now? Copper oxide is helper of oxidation or oxidizing agent or oxidant. Is it clear? So copper oxide is reduced and this copper oxide is giving its hydrogen to hydrogen. Sorry, it's oxygen to hydrogen. So that this copper oxide is helping for the oxidation of hydrogen. So we can say this copper oxide is reducing agent. So the one oxidizing agent. This is oxidizing agent. The substance which is giving oxygen to other substance and hence that other substance is getting oxidized. This substance is called oxidizing agent. Generally, oxidizing agents will be reduced. So here copper oxide is reduced. So it is oxidizing agent. If we see in terms of hydrogen, hydrogen is oxidized anyhow by forming water. So what it is doing here, it is taking this oxygen from copper oxide and helping in the reduction of copper oxide to copper. So hydrogen helping reduction. So what we can say hydrogen now, reducing helper or reducing agent. Hydrogen is reducing agent or reductant. So in this way, hydrogen is oxidized and it is a reducing agent. That is about oxidizing agent and reducing agents. One more example it is shown here. Magnesium plus lead oxide gives magnesium oxide plus lead. If you observe here, lead oxide, initially lead is in combination with oxygen. Finally, what happened after the reaction? If you observe, it lost its oxygens. The loss of oxygens is called reduction. So we can say lead oxide is reduced. Lead oxide is reduced. At the same time, if you see magnesium, magnesium is initially in the pure metallic form, no oxygens. But after the reaction, it gained a certain number of oxygen atoms. This gaining of oxygens we say as oxidation. We can say magnesium is oxidized. Lead oxide is reduced. Magnesium is oxidized because it is gaining oxygens and forming magnesium oxide. Lead oxide losing oxygens and forming lead. Now, if you see in terms of agents, magnesium is taking this oxygen from lead oxide and helping in the reduction of this lead oxide. So, what we can say in terms of magnesium now, it is reducing agent. Magnesium is reducing agent. If we see here in terms of lead oxide giving this oxygen to magnesium and helping for the oxidation of magnesium. So lead oxide is helper of oxidation. So what we can say, this lead oxide is oxidizing agent. Lead oxide is oxidizing agent, and this lead oxide is reduced, it is acting as oxidizing agent. Magnesium is oxidized, it is acting as reducing agent. Quite opposite, you can understand easily. You can remember also easily. Which is getting oxidation, that is reducing agent. Which is getting reduction, that is oxidizing agent. Is it clear? Here you can see. Yes, lead oxide is oxidizing agent because it is getting reduction. Magnesium is reducing agent because it is undergoing oxidation. In this way, we can explain in terms of oxygens and hydrogens too we have seen. This is one more example to explain the oxidation reduction reactions in terms of hydrogen. You can see here chlorine is initially in the elementary form, no hydrogens are there, but what happened if you see after the completion of chemical reaction, it gained a certain number of hydrogen atoms. This gaining of hydrogen atoms is called, gain of hydrogens is called reduction. So chlorine we can say reduced. Chlorine is reduced because it is gaining hydrogens in the reaction, so it is undergoing reduction. If we see hydrogen sulfide means in this there are some hydrogens. After the reaction, if you observe, here it is actually. After the reaction, if it is observed, sulfur lost its oxygens. Sorry, it's hydrogens. Sulfur lost hydrogen atoms. The loss of hydrogens is called oxidation. The loss of hydrogens is called oxidation. You can say this hydrogen sulfide undergone oxidation. If we say in terms of agents now, which is reducing agent, which is oxidizing agent, can you guess? Which is oxidizing agent? Yes, which is undergoing reduction reaction, that is oxidizing agent, that is chlorine. Chlorine, it is taking hydrogen from hydrogen sulfide and helping for the oxidation of sulfur. By taking off hydrogens, it will helping for the oxidation of hydrogen sulfide. So chlorine is called now oxidizing agent. Chlorine is oxidizing agent. If we see here hydrogen sulfide, it is giving this hydrogen to chlorine. It is giving its hydrogen to chlorine and helping for the reduction of chlorine. So hydrogen sulfide helping for the reduction. Reduction helper, which is also called reducing agent. So hydrogen sulfide is now reducing agent. The substance which is getting oxidation is reducing agent. The substance which is getting reduction is oxidizing agent. So in this way, both the reaction undergoing and its nature, both will be quite opposite. The substance which is getting oxidation is acting as reducing agent and vice versa. So if we say about hydrogen sulfide is reducing agent and it is undergoing oxidation. This is about oxidation reduction reactions in terms of hydrogens. Next, let us say oxidation reduction reactions in terms of electrons. At the starting, we told these redox reactions can be explained in terms of either oxygens and hydrogens, or in terms of electrons, or in terms of oxidation number also. So now we are going to see about the reduction reactions in terms of electrons. Oxidation involves the loss of electrons. Yes, the loss of electrons is called oxidation. In an I compound, in the formation of sodium chloride from sodium and chlorine, sodium loses electrons, we told them, and the chlorine gains those. So the loss of electrons is called oxidation. And next, the gain of electrons is called reduction. So by gaining of electrons, chlorine will be reduced in that. Gain of electrons is reduction, loss of electrons is oxidation. Okay. So as we told example, sodium chloride from sodium and chlorine. In that, sodium metal is oxidized by losing electrons. At the same time, non-metal chlorine is gaining those electrons and being reduced. So metals will be oxidized generally, non-metals are reduced, because metals they lose electrons, non-metals they gain electrons. So in terms of electrons, what we can say, oxidation reduction reactions, the loss of electrons is oxidation, the gain of electrons is called reduction. Next, one example is given based upon the redox reaction here in terms of electrons we see. We see here sodium and chlorine. Yes, we have taken again the same example to make it easy. Sodium is losing one electron and forming Na plus ion in this. So if you see the reaction in terms of sodium losing an electron to form Na plus ion. So the loss of electrons is oxidation. The loss of electrons we are telling as oxidation. We can say sodium is oxidized in this reaction. The formation of sodium chloride, sodium is oxidized. And if you see in terms of chlorine is gaining electrons and forming chlorine ion. So here gaining of electrons is taking place. The gain of electrons is called reduction. Chlorine is reduced. So, and oxidizing and reducing agents. Chlorine is taking an electron from sodium and acting as oxidizing agent because it is helping for the oxidation of sodium. If you see in terms of sodium is giving one electron to chlorine and helping for the reduction of chlorine. So, sodium is reducing agent. So, the substance which is getting oxidation is reducing agent. The substance which is getting reduction, that is oxidizing agent. Oxidation and reduction in terms of oxidation number. Oxidation number means the charge possessed by an element in a molecule is called oxidation number. So in terms of oxidation number also we can explain these redox reactions or oxidation reduction. You can see here. Oxidation is increase in the oxidation number. So if the charge possessed by an element in a molecule, if it is increased in the chemical reaction, then that reaction is said to be oxidation reaction. If the oxidation number is decreased, then that is said to be reduction. Increase in the oxidation number is called oxidation. Decrease in the oxidation number is called reduction. Oxidation number is nothing but the charge. Or the simply to say the charge or valence possessed by an element in a particular molecule is called the oxidation number. If the oxidation number is increased, then we can say that element is undergone oxidation. If the oxidation number is decreased, then we can say that is undergoing reduction. Oxidation number of ions is same value to the charge of the ion. Yes, generally we told the oxidation number of an ion is equal to the charge possessed by that ion. Oxidation number means the charge possessed by an element in a molecule. If it is an ion, the charge possessed by the ion is itself its oxidation number. If you say Na plus ion, what is the oxidation number of Na plus ion? What is the charge possessed by sodium ion here? Plus 1. So its oxidation number is plus 1. Potassium ion, what is the charge possessed by potassium here? Plus 1. So the oxidation number of potassium in K plus is plus 1. So if the charge possessed by an ion is equal to its oxidation number. Here some more ions are given. What is the oxidation number of Mg plus 2 here? It is plus 2 itself, because it is charge is plus 2. The charge possessed by an element or ion is equal to its oxidation number. In the same way for Ca plus 2 also. What is the oxidation number? Plus 2. Here some negative ions are shown. Oxide ion. Oxidation number of oxide ion is minus 2, because it is possessing minus 2 charge. Itself it is oxidation number. Oxidation number of atoms or molecules in a neutral element is equal to 0, because in neutral elements, molecules or atoms, they possess 0 charge. If you say H2, N2, O2 or Mg, Br2, F2, Cl2, these are all elementary molecules. There is no charge on those molecules. There is no charge. If they are neutral molecules, then the oxidation number will be equal to the charge possessed there. Here no charge is possessed on the oxygen molecule, so it is equal to 0. And for these also there is no charge possessed here, so then the oxidation number will be equal to 0. The oxidation number of an atom or a molecule in the neutral molecular state or neutral in the neutral elements is equal to 0, because there is no charge on them. That is about oxidation number. The charge possessed by the atoms in a molecule is called as its oxidation number. The oxidation number of an ion is equal to its charge. The charge possessed on the ion is equal to the oxidation number also. Now let us see next. The total oxidation number of all the atoms in a molecule is equal to the charge possessed by that molecule or ion. So once again, the total oxidation number of all the atoms is equal to the charge on the ion. Suppose if we take certain molecular ion or radical which is having group of atoms, then the total oxidation number of the ion is equal to charge possessed by the ion. Let us see. The total oxidation number for all the atoms in a neutral compound is 0. So if it is an ion, the oxidation number is equal to charge possessed there or charge present on the ion. If it is a neutral molecule, then the oxidation number is equal to 0. For example, if you see ClO3 minus ion is shown here, what is the oxidation number of this ion? Minus 1. So in this molecule, in this the total oxidation number of this is equal to the charge possessed here. If it is nothing is there, we can consider it is 1, minus 1. So for this total oxidation number is -1. In this, if you want to calculate the oxidation number of chlorine, let us consider that as X. We know the oxidation number of oxygen is -2. So the sum of the oxidation numbers of the atoms in this molecule is equal to charge possessed on the molecular ion. By this we can calculate the oxidation number of chlorine. Here you see for chlorine it is considered as X, and we know for oxygen it is -2. How many oxygen atoms are there? 3 oxygen atoms. So 3 into -2 gives -6. This is equal to the charge possessed by that ion or radical, that is -1. So the sum of these all equal to -1 here. Now if you simplify this, we get X as +5. So this +5 is the oxidation number of chlorine in ClO3 minus ion. So this is equal to chloride ion charge. This is chloride ion. ClO3 minus is chloride ion. Thus the total oxidation number of this chloride ion is -1. We told here the total oxidation number of all the atoms is equal to charge on the ion. So the total oxidation number of the chloride ion is equal to the charge on the ion is -1. But here we know for chlorine oxidation, for oxygen oxidation number as -2. For chlorine we can find out by using this total formula. We can see one more. The oxidation number of sulfur in this MgSO4 molecule. So here what we can say, the total oxidation number of the molecule is equal to charge possessed on the molecule. Here nothing is a charge. Then the total oxidation number will be equal to 0. And magnesium oxidation number we know as it is +2, because magnesium always they show +2 oxidation number or +2 charge in their molecules by losing 2 electrons. And for oxygen we know it is -2. By using these two we can find out for sulfur oxidation number. Let us see how it is done here. Yes, for magnesium oxidation number is +2, and for sulfur let us consider, because we have to find it, so let us consider that as X, and for oxygen it is -2. For each oxygen oxidation number is -2. How many oxygen atoms are there? There are 4 oxygen atoms. So 4 into -2 equal to the charge on this molecule, that is 0. So we have equal to this total 2 equal to 0. By simplifying this, we get X value as +6. So in this way we can calculate the oxidation numbers of the unknown elements in a molecule. So oxidation number of sulfur is finally we got it as +6. In the same way, can you try the oxidation number of chromium in chromate ion or dichromate ion? Dichromate ion. If we say for oxygen it is always -2. In the oxide ions it is dichromate ion. In this for oxygen it is -2, and for chromium if we consider it as X. Now the total oxidation numbers of these all elements will be equal to the charge possessed by that ion. If you sum these all, there are 2 chromium atoms. For each chromium atom, if we consider this as X, and plus there are 7 oxygen atoms. For each oxygen atom, if we consider the oxidation number as -2, we know for oxidation number is -2. These all will be equal to the charge possessed by this dichromate ion, that is -2. So if you simplify this, we will get the oxidation number of chromium. What will you get here? If you simplify these all, we get oxidation number of chromium as +6 in this molecule, in this ion. So how did we do this? The sum of the total oxidation numbers of the elements present in the molecule will be equal to the charge possessed by that either molecule or ion. Here it is given ion. In this ion the charge is -2. So the total oxidation numbers will be equal to now -2. For oxygen we know as it is oxidation number -2. And for chromium we have to find out. In this way, by simplifying we will get as +6. One more we see here. for MnO4 minus ion, manganate ion it is called. Can you try to calculate the oxidation number of manganese in this? Try it. Yes, you can give answer in the chart. For manganese, let us consider X. So what you are getting answer? There are 1 manganese ion is there. So 1 into X. There are 4 oxygen atoms. 4 into, for each oxygen, oxidation number is -2, which is equal to the charge on this ion, that is equal to -1. If you do simplification, we get X value as, children, what do we get? Yes, some of you are giving correct. It is +7. In the manganate ion, oxidation number of manganese is +7. So in this way, we can calculate the oxidation numbers. So by using the oxidation numbers, we can say whether oxidation or reduction occurring for a compound or substance in a chemical reaction. If you observe this simplified equation, for chlorine, as we told in the elementary form, if there is no charge on the molecular ion, oxidation number is considered as 0. If you say in the ionic form, chlorine always will form -1 charge by gaining 1 electron. So after the reaction, chlorine is getting oxidation number -1. Initially it is 0. What happened to the oxidation number? From 0 to -1, it is decreased. Oxidation number is decreased. The decrease in the oxidation number is called reduction. If we say in terms of iron here, in the FeCl2 molecule, oxidation number of iron can be considered. How do we say, how to calculate the oxidation number of iron here? If you see, chlorine has oxidation number -1. 2 chlorine atoms are there, and 1 iron. Iron, if you consider X, plus 2 into -1 equal to the oxidation number of this total molecule 0. By this, if we get for iron as +2. In the initially for iron it is oxidation number +2. After reaction it is +3. What happened to the oxidation number? From +2 to +3. It is increased. Increase in the oxidation number is called oxidation. So it is oxidation. Iron chloride is oxidized. Chlorine is reduced in this reaction. So in this way, in terms of oxidation numbers also, we can define oxidation reduction reactions. The increase in the oxidation number is called oxidation. The decrease in the oxidation numbers is called reduction. And if you say the one which is getting oxidation, we told already, is a reducing agent. The one which is getting reduction is oxidizing agent. We both will be opposite as we told. So this is about the children, about redox reactions, different types of redox reactions, and explanation of redox reactions in terms of oxygens, in terms of hydrogens, in terms of electrons, and even in terms of oxidation numbers also. We can define in this way, in these many explanations. Okay, I hope you understood. Okay, thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates. And even if you miss any live classes, you can visit those classes in our YouTube channel, AIMS Today. You can go, you can visit our YouTube channel. There, all the videos are uploaded. If you miss any class, no worry, you can watch there. Thank you.